Hey everybody, it's Stephanie from Lindy Stitches. Thank you for joining me for my March FLOSSTUBE update. I want to say hey to all my new subscribers. I am glad you're here, and I'm glad that you want to hear my ramblings about cross stitch. Happy times. So let's get started. I have a big piece of humble pie to eat in front of you now. So let's do that. My last video I was rambling on about hand-dyed flosses, and I was comparing different types and telling you about my opinions and preferences, and I feel like I may have been unkind, and I want to rectify that right off the bat. I was comparing Angela from Color and Cotton, her flosses, to what I called the unnamed company. Now, if you really don't know who I was talking about, then just fast forward, because I'm still not going to tell you who I was talking about. But a lot of you, I know, saw the tag, and I genuinely didn't mean to be obvious about it. I was not trying to be sarcastic, like, ooh, unnamed company, here's the tag. I wasn't trying to do that. Okay, so, I said something completely incorrect. So I'm going to show you that floss again. Not the same exact floss, the color, but the same idea. I was like, I don't like how these are tied up with a knot there. I don't like that. And this is not how they come. I forgot that this is not how they come. I won some flosses in a giveaway from a dear, generous friend, and she sent me a bunch of them tied up like this. For storage purposes, she had done this to the flosses, and I was sitting here complaining, I don't like this. That's not how they come. I have no problem with this company's flosses. I've used them many times. I like them. I might order some in the future. I was just trying to say, I like Angela's flosses. I like that they're color fast. I like how they feel. I like how much you get. I was not trying to bash this company, and if it came across that way, I humbly apologize, and I for sure said the wrong thing when I said they're tied up weird. They're not tied up weird. Stephanie needs to watch her words. Okay. The second correction I want to make is another friend helped me out with my giant Harry Potter sampler, and I did not give credit to where credit is due. I just could not wait to put that project in a tote under the bed and not look at it for a while, so I just... Savannah, who you may also know as Sewlivi, Sewlivi on Instagram, kindly gave me her chart for the dark mark on the bottom, and I will show you that. Snape is charted twice in this chart. He is the only one that happens to. He's charted to be in the Professor's row, and then he's charted to be in the Death Eater's row, which is the last row on the bottom. Now you can either leave them out if you want, or stitch them twice, or you can hit up Savannah and be really sweet to her, and maybe she will give you this great pattern that she wrote for a dark mark in the last row. Isn't it adorable? So, yeah, I should have said that. Thank you, Savannah. Super sweet. I think it looks great. I might, after I finish Giant Harry Potter, into an actual wall hanging, or frame it or something. Any volunteers for that? If anybody want to do that? I might do like a more detailed, I don't know, look-see over the piece, but like I said, I need to put this away and not look at it. Okay. Thank you for all of your wonderful advice and suggestions. This is what I love about FLOSSTUBE. None of us have to pretend like we know everything in the world about needlepoint, right? I mean, we can let it all hang out and help each other in the comments. I love that. I can come on here and be like, yeah, I'm an ignoramus, and you give me all your wonderful advice in the comments. So 2 things you helped me out on in the last video. All of you who recommended couching for my long, swaggy back stitches on my Song of Solomon sampler. Duh, yeah. Like, I know couching is a thing. I've never done it, so it didn't even occur to me. But it's the perfect solution, and I can't wait to try it out. So thank you if you suggested that. The second thing was the white stitching. A lot of us hate white stitching with white DMC. And you gave me 3 great ideas, and I can't wait to try them all out. So the first idea is obviously anchor white. I need to order some of that. 1, 2, 3 Stitch has been like out of it for some reason. But I'm planning on ordering anchor white. And then the second one was Cosmo, which I think is like a Japanese or Asian brand of floss. Not totally sure. Again, ignorant. And the third was DMC Flosh, okay? F-O-L-C-H-E, Flosh. I ordered some of that. So this is what it looks like. It's a big old giant thing. I think this cost me $6. I'm not sure about the yardage, but the weight is such that you're supposed to be able to use 1 strand, and it will be as thick as 2 strands of regular DMC white. So that'll be interesting. Ideally, I would like to get some navy or black fabric, like 16/32 count, probably 32 count, and try out, just have like a sample where I do 2 strands of DMC regular, 1 strand of Flosh, 1 strand of Cosmo, and 1 strand of, what was the other one? What? Anchor. DMC, Flosh, Cosmo, Anchor. The ultimate white showdown. And then do like a cost comparison, because like this cost me $6, but it's the same thickness as 2 strands, so what does that mean, like cost-wise? Cosmo floss is pretty pricey. Anchor is obviously kind of cheap. So wouldn't that be awesome? It's a research project, so I'm working on that. All right, moving on. Haul. Let's do haul first. Why not? So Tanya over at the Sampler Girl is a super sweet lady, and she's right up my alley because she designs a lot of Jane Austen inspired patterns. And oh my goodness, she's been releasing patterns left and right lately, like every other day. I'm like, what? What? I gotta buy that? No. I bought Jane Austen on a Bad Hair Day. Check it out. I can't wait to stitch this. And my hair was at least tidy, which was all my ambition. Isn't that funny? If you like Jane Austen and you have like the same sense of humor as I, really, go check out Tanya's Instagram feed. Oh my gosh, the Sampler Girl. Let me show you a couple other ones that I found utterly hilarious. So this other one, if you have a teenage girl, or you ever were a teenage girl, you definitely need to stitch this one. She went to a room where she was free to think and be wretched. I'm not a teenage girl anymore, but every now and then, yeah, that still happens. Okay, and here is her latest Pride and Prejudice. Here you go. They must must all go to Brighton. That is the place to get husbands. My last piece of haul. I bought a chatelaine. I don't know. Look, I don't know, people. I got no excuse for myself. I never wanted a chatelaine. I never wanted one. I don't know. I just didn't want one. If you don't want one and you don't get the hype and you've gone to the site and you thought, what? I don't know. What? Huh? Do not go on Facebook and join the, like, why did I do this? Join the Chatelaine support group and look at the photo albums. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's foolishness. You don't need to be doing that. So that's what I did, and I picked out two that I really liked because, boy, I mean, in person they are so different. They are so wonderful. And do you think I bought the cheaper one when the coupon code came out? No, I bought the big honkin' daddy that I wanted. And what's the stitch count on this bad boy? I don't even know. It's big. I don't have the stitch count in front of me. It's way big. Do you want to know which one I bought? You want to know, don't you? I'll tell you. I'm looking for the stitch count. I don't see it. So it's like, I want to say 260 by 260. But do I have a frame big enough to do that? No. What? Okay, so anyway, I bought Mushroom and Fern. And if I can get permission of the stitcher who inspired me to purchase this pattern, I will insert a photo here. Otherwise, you will just see the much less impressive photo on the Chatelaine website. It's one thing when you see a pattern and you're like, wow, that's beautiful. Like when you fall in love with it just because it's beautiful. It's another thing when it's beautiful and it's like something that's personal to you, to where you're like, and that's how I felt with this one. We have a backstory with wild mushrooms. My husband and I do. We went hiking. I'm gonna tell you, it'll take 1 minute. 1 minute story time. We were hiking when we were first married, and I never hiked as a child or a teen or anything. Hiking was not something I did. So we went hiking at Shades State Park down in southern Indiana. And if you live down there, please go. It is such a gorgeous place. And it's one of these old state parks where you're like climbing ladders and you're hiking up like these old creek beds and stuff. So it's like awesome hiking, and we were having such a great time. It was really wet and there were mushrooms everywhere, and I had never seen like big mushrooms, like big colorful woodland mushrooms before. So I had the camera with me and I was taking some serious mushroom footage. I ended up with about 40 pictures of mushrooms. I was addicted to taking pictures of mushrooms. So now, whenever we go hiking, if we see a mushroom on the trail, my husband has to look at me sideways and say, You want to take a picture of that? No. Okay, so, Chatelaines, I mean, we've all talked about, and we've all heard about how they're overwhelming. Let me just show you the supply list for this, and that'll just cover all the bases of how I feel about this pattern. So here's DMC. More DMC. That's not overwhelming. I have all that already. But here we go. Here we get into it. Cairns Water Lily Silk, Cairns Wildflowers, Dinky Dyes Silk, Dinky Dyes Pearl Silk, Gentle Art Sampler Wool, Gloriana Silk, Gloriana Petite Pearl Princess, Needlepoint Ink Silk, Rainbow Gallery Petite Treasure Braid, Rainbow Gallery Silk Lame, and then the beads. It's like a hobby just to kit this up. So, I don't know. That's going in my stash. And that's all I have to say about that. Alright, so let me show you what I have been working on this month. I have 3 whips to show you. I'm not going to show you And a Forest Grew. It is on my lap stand, and you don't need to see it again, do you? I finished the tree in the middle, and I started my verse. I'm not finished with that yet, and I just didn't want to take it off, so sorry. I'll show you my 3 other things that I worked on, 2 of which you haven't seen yet, so, you know, it should be super exciting. Okay, this piece I'm about to show you, I've been working on since January. I did talk about it in my last update, but I ended up cutting it out because I showed it and then I rambled on and on about why I was stitching it, what it meant to me, my goals and aspirations for a life and beyond. And I went to edit that video and it was just like, oh, girl, no one cares. So I cut it all out and I will show it to you now without the soliloquy. Alright, it's from the World of Cross Stitching issue 242. And this piece, other people have stitched. It is from Emma Congdon. I think it's called Inspirational Poster. And it says, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. I wanted to stitch this ever since I got this issue of the magazine. I just didn't get around to it. So I'm doing something unique with this whip. I'm kind of using this whip to represent something that I'm working on, a goal that I have, and it is a long-term goal. So I set up this little system for myself where I earn a stitch for, it's totally nerdy. I earn a stitch for particular things throughout the week, and then on the weekend I put the stitches in that I earned. I'm a dork. So here's where I am so far. It's an A. It's a pretty A. Okay, moving on. My second new start is from the Prairie Schooler. I am doing the Owl and the Pussycat from the Fables and Tales pamphlet. I love the Owl and the Pussycat. Since I started this and different people have seen me working on it, I'm wondering, like, do people not know what the Owl and the Pussycat is? Because I've had several people say, what? And I kind of thought it's a classic American poem by Edward Lear, and it's amazing. And if you don't know what the Owl and the Pussycat is, go read that poem. Read it out loud. It is absurd and delightful, and It's one of my favorite pieces of literature. I love it so much. So, yeah, The Owl and the Pussycat. I am using Color and Cotton's Meadow for my pea green boat because the Owl and the Pussycat sail away in a pea green boat. So this is perfect, and it stitches up beautifully. I'm changing the colors to make it a little bit cuter. I'm stitching this on 14 count Aida that I dyed myself. I basically dipped it in aqua, and then I dipped the bottom again in navy for the waterline, and I think it's looking adorable. I am stitching this for a future baby shower gift for a friend who isn't even pregnant yet. Is that weird? I mean, it's not like I'm gonna tell her, yo girl, I got you covered. No. I just thought, you know, these things take time, and I would, you know, whatever. Let's not get into it. For a baby that does not even exist yet, The Owl and the Pussycat. I can't, this is going to be so cute. I might have to stitch it for myself as well. Okay. Third whip is a new start. I finally started Mother and Child by Julia Cairns. It is a Maia kit. This is a UK brand. This was generously wrapped to me, and I've been itching to start it. I don't have much of a start. You're not going to be impressed, so this is all I have. Can you even see that? The yellow. This background is gonna be work. This is on 16 count cream Aida, which I don't mind, but the yellow on the yellow is going to be hard to see, especially over here where the contrast you can see is not very great at all. You're stitching with pale yellow on cream Aida. So that's going to be fun. But look at it, it's going to be gorgeous when I'm done, so I'm going to keep working. Okay, so I would like to also continue the tag You're Awesome. Did I get tagged again? No, but I would like to shout out a couple accounts that I really highly enjoy watching. So the first account is Olivia B, and if you don't watch Olivia B, you need to be. She is hilarious, and she has beautiful work. I absolutely love her Ink Circles tapestry piece. I loved her Letters from Nora that she did for her niece, friend. It turned out so pretty. I could listen to Olivia B talk about anything, really. Like, if she was doing a vlog about her carpet, I would watch it. She is just really enjoyable. So, hey girl, you're awesome. The other account I want to shout out is Phil over at Pip Stitch. Did I already do this? Did I already shout out Phil? I don't know that I did. His name's Philip, but I call him Phil in my head, so that's why I'm saying that. Am I being a creep? I hope I'm not being a creep. Pip Stitch, Philip, is in England. He has the most relaxing voice. You could listen to him for hours and you'd be fascinated. He has gorgeous projects. If there was one Haid that I could steal after it was done, it would be his. The Town and the Country Mouse is incredible, and I watched his latest video. Philip, is that a sarcophagus in the corner of your room? And if so, like, is there something in that? Okay, so I just had to get that off my chest. Check out Philip, his link is down below. let's move on to shop stuff and finishes. So first of all, shop stuff. I finished this pattern. It was a custom request from a lady who custom ordered it customly. And here's what it looks like. Don't hassle the Hoff. So to be completely honest, I don't really get this pattern because I'm not like a David Hasselhoff fan, or nor have ever watched like anything with him in it. He kind of creeps me out, to be honest. I think it's the Speedo, but I don't know. I have other patterns that are in my shop that I haven't completely related to, but customers have loved them, so I thought, well, there it is. If you want to explain it to me down below, I'd be more than grateful. I have several kits that I am discontinuing. I'm refreshing my shop, and so I will show you those clearance kits, bam, 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 right here. Alright, on to the finishes. I decided to stitch up one of my own patterns. It is a Montel Jordan line from This Is How We Do It. Here it is. All my neighbors, you got much flavor. I love my life. Yep, here we go. I want to make this into a pillow. So I got out my gray stripe because it goes with everything. Oh yeah. I'm gonna give it to my younger daughter Phoebe because she is a total goon. I don't know where she gets it from. Alright, my last finish is Here There Be Monsters. Nope, it's not its title. It's Antique Celtic Sampler by Elizabeth's Needlework Designs. This was so fun. I highly enjoyed this. I dyed my own Aida for that and overdyed my own flosses. And I love how it turned out. Here it is. I love this. So if you haven't seen my videos before, I did this as a family portrait because it struck me that there's 5 monsters on this piece and I have 5 members of my family. So this is my husband. Naturally, he has the halo because I'm the one that causes all the problems. And so here's me during a certain time of the month. I have eyelashes. And here are my 3 kids, 2 blue-eyed girls and a brown-eyed boy. 2017, and then I wrote Web Family. I love this. I like that it is more vibrant than the charted, so I am very glad that I overdyed my own flosses and picked my own colors. Obviously this one is a lot more yellow, mine is a little more warm, but I think my colors pop a lot better. But it still does look a little bit old and a little bit spooky. I don't know. I'm not totally into Halloween colors and muted colors, obviously. So, oh, I really like how this turned out. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. You know, when 2 years ago, if you would have told me that I was going to become one of these people that has like a pile of finishes in a drawer and just keeps stitching and adding to that pile of finishes, I would have said, oh no, I'm not like that. And then I started stitching all the things, and I have a pile of finishes that are sitting there and no desire to finish them. I think I've framed so many things. I have a lot of things framed, both for my shop and sample purposes, and then just stuff that I've stitched and framed. And there's only so much wall space in this small house, and I do rotate stuff. Like I have a bin of decorations and framed things that I pull down and put up, and I just, like, do I want to see this on the wall? Absolutely. I want to finish it. It's just, I don't know. I enjoy stitching much more than I enjoy finishing, and there's only so much time in the day, so I'd rather stitch. But I don't think it's a good thing that I have a bunch of finishes just sitting around, because I can't enjoy them, unless I'm just, you know, digging through my drawer every day to admire them, and who has time for that either? Anyway, what was I even talking about? Okay, this pattern, I'm done with it, so I'd like to pass the stash. If you're interested in antique Celtic Sampler, I will marry you. Okay, how about something less personal? I will mail this to you. It doesn't matter where you live. It is lightly used, so it has some, like, I didn't write in it or anything, but it has, like, it's like kind of creased a little bit, but perfectly readable, perfectly usable. If you would like this pattern, let's do something fun. How about you leave down in the comments, never have I ever. So if you haven't played that game, you just fill in the blank. Never have I ever. And you fill in the blank with something that's kind of interesting / maybe shocking. So I'll tell you mine. I have to think of one. Never have I ever what? I finally thought of one. So this is not super interesting, but in light of the fact that I just bought a chatelaine, I feel the need to confess that never have I ever put a single bead on anything. It felt good to confess that. Okay, so if you use the words never have I ever, I will enter you into the giveaway for this pattern. I will end the giveaway on the date listed on the screen and down below, and use random number generator to pull up a winner. So that's all I have for today. Thank you all for your comments. I really appreciate them. I really enjoy all of them. I read all of them, and you guys are just fun. You're just fun, and I really enjoy you. I will see you on Instagram at Lindy Stitches and Facebook and all those wonderful fake places that we love to be. And until next time, happy stitching. Bye, guys.